Hi guys, the Colossal Knight here with a second LP, which is obviously the Death and Return of Superman, which was released back in 1993, if I recall. Obviously, the game is based on the DC Comics story arc of the same name, in which Superman fought Doomsday to the death, so to speak. Obviously. Basically, I'm not sure, to be honest with you, I never actually read the actual comics that this is based on, so I couldn't really tell you how close this game is in being similar to the comics. Though I hear more or less it's pretty similar in a lot of areas. So apparently a lot more similar than the Superman Doomsday movie was, that came out back in, I think, 2007, 2008 maybe. I think it was 2007, but I could be wrong. But anyway, as for the game, it's a side-scroller beat 'em up, kind of like how Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was. Although this game is, I would say this game is harder than Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, though that might not be saying a whole lot though. Basically, you play as a total of 5 different characters throughout the game. Obviously, one being Superman. Yeah, basically, I mean, you only play as Superman out of 3 of the 10 levels in the game. 2 being the first 2 levels. But yeah. Anyway, this first level, obviously, you're fighting the Underworlders, if I can get that out right, who have taken over the power plant and have pretty much shut off all the lights in the city. And of course, it's up to Superman to stop them. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't noticed yet, the character designs in this game aren't very original. I mean, you'll see a lot of the same character models, posing as different enemies all throughout the game. I mean, I'm not even talking about like using like the same name or whatever, but I'm talking about like just like you'll see, like, for example, what I mean is like it's like one level the enemies will be human. But then, like, the next level, I mean, not the next level, but then, like, later on in the game, the same character models will be used as aliens. So, I mean, it's not very original in that regard, if you get what I'm talking about. And even in this, basically, like, see, like, basically, they're just the exact same characters with different, like, palette swaps or whatever. And both use the same exact name. See this tick right here? This is an example of what I'm talking about. Later on in the game, that same character model will be used as an alien enemy. But I guess, well, that's enough for that right now. We'll get into that in later levels. Yeah, like I said, the game's not like frustratingly hard like Battletoads, for example, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily easy either. Like, believe me, you will see me die a few times in later levels. I'll probably leave those in, since they are part of my playthrough. But I mean, I know some people like to edit those out, and just include those in as like blooper reels or whatever. But I'll probably leave mine in. Yeah, the game is pretty short, kind of like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is another game that was obviously intended to be beaten in one sitting. There's only 10 levels in the game, but for some reason, I don't know if it's just like the levels are so long or what it is, but it seems like it's longer than that. It does to me anyway. It's like I remember as a kid. I actually own this on the Super Nintendo, but for some reason I never really had the patience to beat this game. I mean, I beat it several times. I just never did it a whole lot. I just never had the patience for it, I guess. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know where I was gonna go with that sentence. Lost my train of thought. But yeah, I mean, Superman was always my favorite superhero. To be honest with you, I've always been a big fan of DC Comics. Between Marvel and DC, it was always my favorite. Not that Marvel was bad or anything. It's just I just always liked DC better. I couldn't tell you why, but that's just the way it is for me. Oh yeah, and by the way, each superhero in the game comes with like different abilities and special attacks. Like for example, right there you saw Superman punching you repeatedly, and this enemy, for example, as well. Say for like the Eradicator, for example, who you'll play as later on. He'll basically knee the enemy like seemingly in the groin. That's what it always looked like to me. I doubt that's what he's really doing, but it just really looks like that. And you'll see what I'm talking about when I get to that point in the game. But and say like the Cyborg, well, he'll shoot the enemy, like with his gun. And of course, they're actual super abilities, which are represented by the red dots up there in the screen. At most, you can only use them 5 times. Basically, the red Superman icons are what represents them, the pickup items rather. Basically, like I only use those against the bosses. I mean, like, at least the later bosses, because that's usually when I need them the most. I've noticed, especially against Cyborg. But yeah, that's another story though, not for this video. Clawster, despite his appearance, he's actually very easy. Which, I mean, you would almost expect him to be, since he's the first boss. But yeah, that's the first level. But yeah, I guess that's gonna be about it for right now. Yeah, this video is already 8 minutes long, so I don't want to get much longer than this. Yeah, like, you will see me die like quite a lot over the course of this game. But especially during like the last few levels. Yeah. Anyway, I guess that's gonna be it for right now, since the video is over. So see you guys in part 2.